There may be explicit language in today's episode. Viewer discretion is advised.
James Franklin is the new head coach of Virginia Tech. We don't care. Okay, Alex, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 128 of Tailgate Talks. This episode, as always, sponsored by DeFriscia Recycling and Junk Removal. Thank you, DeFriscia, for sponsoring this episode. More on them later. Boys.
That might be important for later. Yeah. So we're doing something we haven't. Though I feel like we've done a tier list before.
Probably.
It's just been a while.
We've done multiple on another podcast.
Oh yeah, the one with Bailey. I forgot. I was like, wait, which one are you talking about? And I was like, oh, that one. No, when she cooked up, when she just kept cooking us. Which, by the way, it was her 21st birthday, so the other day. So shout out Bailey. Yeah, we're doing a tier list for NFL teams. We're changing it up a bit. There are some funny ones. I did tell the guys that ass is allowed.
Also, I was thinking about this before we started. If this ends up being really funny, you guys don't have to, but I might make this a weekly recurring segment for the rest of the NFL season where I just update it every week.
I might want to.
Isn't there some guy on Instagram that had the idea first that does it for Barstool?
Well, Nick Wright's been doing it on First Things First for like 3 years now. He's been doing Nick's tiers forever.
Alex's hero, Nick Wright.
My hero, Nick Wright. That is definitely the inspiration for, not directly, but certainly gave some added inspiration to my tier names.
Oh, I didn't even realize Franklin was the head coach. I thought you were just saying that because they were talking about it.
No, like he's finalizing a deal.
No, good. You know what? Good for Virginia Tech, man. Good for them. 10-2 every year. Enter Sandman's going to be electric. Like, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
And guess what? James Franklin doesn't have a choice now. He has to play Pitt now. He doesn't have a choice now.
Well, he's not at Penn State, so he doesn't really care.
Yeah, he cared. He was the reason why he didn't play Pitt, because they were scared, and McAfee was right. By the way, McAfee, I will say, I was wrong. He was awesome at College Game Day. I still can't stand his wrestling stuff. Anyway,
does this
sell the team, Bob? Sell the team, Bob. Anyway,
before we start this, does this mean that James Franklin gets to lose to a top 10 opponent on blackouts instead of whiteouts now? Is that what we're doing here?
Listen, I don't know how you can lose a game after hearing Enter Sandman and the whole stadium jumping.
Oh, he's gonna get rid of that because
that has me ready. That has me ready to run through a literal brick wall.
I'm calling it right now, Frank. I'm gonna call it right now. Franklin's gonna get rid of it because he's not fun.
Man hates fun.
Yeah, no fun. Anyway,
no fun.
I told the guys, I said, mine's probably going to be the weakest out of the three of us in terms of hilarious tiers, so I'm going to get mine out of the way first. I only have 8. So yeah, let's see if it lets me share my screen with the, because it is a picture. Yes, go. All right, are we ready to see it?
Let's do it.
Ready.
Okay, can you guys see?
It's loading up right now. Yep.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so at the bottom, we got super mega ass. Then we got legendary. We'll get to that. We got meh. We got Mason Rudolph. Then we got maybe playoff teams, Super Bowl contenders, and Super Bowl favorites. I will say, though, the Super Bowl favorites and contenders was a little tricky for me. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, super mega ass. I know they beat the Panthers, but the Saints, I mean, first-year head coach. I do think Kellen Moore's a good coach. It's just not going well. Next, the Dolphins. I don't care that they won. if you watch that game against who are they playing? Commanders, right? Commanders, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I think it was on like the 2-yard line or whatever. Instead of kicking I think it was instead of like going to the, I forget, but they ran the ball on 4th down on like the 2-yard line or something, and no wonder it got stopped and they got sent to overtime. They got lucky. I think the Dolphins got lucky against the Commanders. The Raiders, that's what else do you need? Pete Carroll is just a moron, and Geno Smith sucks. Kenny Pickett should have the job right now, and poor Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty and Max Crosby all times are being wasted. The Jets, do I need to say anything? No. The Falcons, I'm pretty sure it was confirmed today Penix is out for the year, right?
Yeah.
Drake London's value in fantasy just went like this.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins has a job. I want to root for Kirk Cousins, but like, man,
you can put him below super mega ass. You can put him in the super mega literal flaming ass.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. And then the Titans, they're just bad this year. It's not Cam Ward's fault. I don't care what anybody says. It's not Cam Ward's fault. He's a rookie. I think he'll get over it. I mean, Bryce Young did. Yeah, he got benched eventually, but Bryce Young, though, yes, the Panthers are 6-5 and whatever, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, I think Cam Ward, if you put him in a better situation, I think he's fine. Legendary. I mean, guys, I think this is pretty self-explanatory, right?
I would say so.
Shador finally got in last night, and he looked god awful. Now, I don't want to
13.5 passer rating.
Listen. Does he get any help? No, I'm sure he doesn't. It's the Cleveland Browns. However, you cannot tell me he needs to be prepared to go. Okay, Alex, what is the job of a backup quarterback?
To be ready to play in case the starter gets hurt.
Did Shador Sanders look ready last night?
He was 4 for 16 for 47 yards, no touchdowns, a pick, and was sacked twice for negative 27 yards and a fumble with a 13.5 passer rating.
This is a terrible example, but when probably, and honestly, no, in my opinion, the greatest quarterback of all time, when he got in, was for an injured player, and he was ready, can do what he did in his career. And I know, better situation. There's no excuse. Yes, Shador has not had first-team reps. He is not. But that is not an excuse for not being ready. You have to be ready when you're thrown in there.
And you know what? While we're on the subject of this real quick, I'm just going to take a quick second and say, every single person that watches this video, pause it right now, go to Dov Kleiman's Twitter account and just spam every post he makes and just tell him to delete his account. Just over and over again. Do not stop until Dov Kleiman deletes his account. Thank you.
So on First Take today, the question was, who's most at fault for Shador Sanders' debut last night? I can answer that one for you. Shador Sanders. Because he's not good. There is a reason why he was drafted in the 5th round. There is no other explanation. And here's the thing. People are going, Stefanski's ruining his development. Stefanski's ruining development for a 5th round quarterback. When have you ever seen this? Yeah. Once again, it goes back to, if you take his last name away, are we really having this conversation? No, we're not. Shador doesn't get drafted. Shador doesn't get drafted. So, and listen, Dylan Gabriel is bad too, but like, I feel bad for Dylan Gabriel because it's like, how are you supposed to try to get better when everybody wants you out just because they want Shador in? Like, I do feel bad for Dylan Gabriel. However, it is the Cleveland Browns. I don't care. Keep this mess up because it's just going to be fun to watch when it all crumbles in everybody's face. Okay. Man. Here we go again. This team ain't called that. The Dallas Cowboys. Next, these next two, I just want to put, actually, I have a good explanation for, honestly, the rest of these. The Giants, when Jackson Dart comes back, I still think the vibes are good. And like, I want to put them in meh. Yes, this is for this year. But like, I think if you have a good vibes, even though they just fired their head coach, I still would consider the Giants meh. Are they good this year? No, but like they will be better next year when they get everybody back. When they get Malik Neighbors, Cam Scotty back, and they have a head coach back
For
or
sure.
a head coach, they'll be fine. That's why I want to put them in meh. I don't think it's fair to put them in super mega ass. Commanders. The reason why I put them in meh is because if they still had Jaden Daniels, I still think they would be maybe. They would be a maybe for me. And I don't think the Commanders are super mega ass. They just lost their starting quarterback, so that's why they're there. Texans, I put them in meh because I do feel like they've bounced back, and Davis Mills is keeping the Texans in it with CJ Stroud out. I think he's doing a phenomenal job keeping them in it. Did they win? Did the Texans win? Where did I put my rapid fire?
They beat the Titans.
Yeah.
Go Titans. Yeah.
So yeah, I just I just think they're doing just fine. Now, a little bit controversial, but I put the Cardinals in that, and the only reason I am is because of Jacoby Brissett. Honestly, stud. I think he's a stud, and I think it's time for Kyler Murray. It's not looking good.
Go play baseball.
Yeah. Next, sorry, Bryce, the Minnesota Vikings.
JJ's got to be better.
JJ's got to be better, and they're not a playoff team. There's nothing else to add on to that. I want to root for JJ. I'm not going to be like EJ. I want to root for JJ. But yeah. Next, Mason Rudolph. Obviously, the Steelers. I mean, I don't need to explain that one. Now, everybody that is confused why I put the Bengals in the Mason Rudolph tier, that is because this is the second time in 2 years that Mason Rudolph has torched the Bengals. Now, he's doing checkdowns, he's doing his job as a backup, but guess what? Who was still the winning quarterback in this game? Well, technically Aaron Rodgers, because he started the game, but who kept him in the game? Mason Rudolph. So, and it does look like Mason Rudolph is going to get the job against the Chicago Bears. So, yeah. All right, to maybe. The Lions. I don't know. That's why I put them in maybe. The Lions are the biggest question mark for me this season so far. I don't know where they're going to go. I do think losing Ben Johnson definitely hurt, obviously because the Bears are being successful right now. So there's that. And the Panthers, another team I don't know because they're so up and down that I don't know. They're still the Panthers. If I had to bet, sorry, Swayze, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but like, could they surprise? I don't know. Maybe. Chicago Bears. I mean, Ben Johnson is I think the reason, the sole. I don't want to say the sole reason, but I think he's one of the main reasons why the Bears are in this position they are now. Now, if I'm a betting man, could it crumble for them? Just like a team up top. I'm going to mention this again. Sure, but I'm going to put them in maybe for now. And then the last three, Jacksonville Jaguars. They are so weird. They just pound the Chargers, who are also in here, also weird. And then the 49ers are a maybe. Mac Jones did keep them in and played well for his backup role. Brock Purdy is back, so I don't know. Next, I can't believe I put him in this tier and not on the Super Bowl contenders. But it is the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, if I'm a betting man, I would bet that they're going to be contenders again. But I don't know. But let me tell you what, man. They're now 5-5. They're a playoff team, but I think this is going to be the worst record they will have going into the playoffs since they drafted Patrick Mahomes. The Broncos, same thing. What I said about the Panthers, I do think yes, they're 9-2, but I still don't. They're a playoff team, but like I don't know. I'm not confident as putting the Broncos in, but I'm going to put them in anyway. After that, I got the Packers, who could go down to maybe. The Colts, until I get proven otherwise, other than the Steeler game, we'll see. The Bucks, I mean the Bake Show, keeping him in there. Same thing with Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. And I do think the Ravens will bounce, or they're starting to bounce back now that they have Lamar back. So I think they will be a playoff team. Now, Super Bowl contenders, the Rams. I know that one's a little interesting, but there's something about this Rams team I do like.
Oh, I'm all for it.
And I'm all for it. I think Sean McVay still has it as a head coach. I think Stafford still has it. He's still slinging it. Don't count him out. And speaking of slinging it, even though if you tell, okay, the year Tom Brady left, if you told him in a few years the Patriots would be contenders once again with a new franchise quarterback, that person would probably go into an insane asylum. But this Patriots team is fun to watch. I can't believe I'm saying it.
Yeah, they are. They're nutty.
If you told 15-year-old me that the Patriots are going to be fun to watch when you're 22 years old, I would have said no way. But Drake May is awesome. Mike Vrabel's culture he's built already for New England is crazy. I don't know. And also, here's the thing. The next one. Until they can beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, I don't think the Bills can do it.
Yep.
But here's the thing, and I know I'm going to jinx it. If there was ever a time to bet that the Bills could make the Super Bowl, it would be this year. The way the Chiefs are playing and the way the games are going for the Chiefs. And then, of course, Super Bowl favorites. I mean, it's the Eagles. They have the number one seed in the NFC right now. Like, come on. So I think what we should ask through for all of us is at the end here. I'm gonna say ask the other two which funny one is your favorite tier that I have that the person presenting has here, and then a quick I agree with a tier and I disagree with a tier. What do you want to do it that way?
Sure.
That's fine.
All right. So
this is going to be half the episode.
So that's fine. So funny wise, which one's the funniest? I think I know what Alex is going to say.
Legendary.
I knew you liked that one.
I think I don't know. I would say the funniest one's probably the Eagles.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I meant tier name.
Oh, tier name?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be either Mason Rudolph or Legendary. I would say.
Yeah. So we know. Okay. So we know Bryce is going to disagree with the Super Bowl favorites. Which tier do you agree with?
Which team do I agree with?
Which tier? With placement do they have?
I would say your playoff team tier is pretty solid. The only team that I would throw up there is the Lions. That's like the only team that I would throw up there. And then I'd probably move. Yeah, that's probably it. That's probably like one of the only major changes I would make. I would probably move the Panthers into meh.
That's fair.
Just because I don't think they're actually a solid team. That's fine.
All right. Who wants to go next? As I charge my.
You want me to go, Alex, or would you like to go?
Bryce, you can go. You can go.
I was gonna say Bryce has the longest one.
I'm currently trying to figure out how to get this shown without any ads, but it's not working. So, disclaimer: these advertisements are not sponsored on the show. Just so
not for us. We are not sponsored by any of the ads that are showing on the website.
But we are sponsored by the Fresh End Recycling and Junk Removal. More on that later.
Okay. Is everybody able to see my screen?
Yep.
I
Okay.
think tier 9 is the funniest. That's just a funny
Okay.
name.
So I couldn't put the names in here because they're very long. So we'll start from the bottom. How come I can't see that my screen's being shared? I don't like this.
It's being fair. You're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So we have our bottom tier. That is the Titans and Raiders, and that is called the rebuilding, but really means tanking for another pick because they're so bad they need to do this for the next 5 years to be a winning team.
Oh my God, that is long.
That's
Good
our
Lord.
bottom tier. Our tier above that, we see the Cleveland Browns. And we're the Cleveland Browns.
Love it.
And that's all I have on that one, too. The next one is, and the team that's missing in this is, the name of it is Sell the Team and Get New Ownership. That goes to the Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Let's go.
The tier above that, which is the Jets, Falcons, Cowboys, and Saints. Maybe next year, but that's just never going to be the case. Tier above that is bad and not fun to watch without their studs. That's the Giants and Commanders.
Yeah.
Tier above that is bad, but at least is enjoyable to watch with their current QBs. That's Cincy and Arizona. Close to being playoff teams is the tier above that, and that's Baltimore, Steelers, Jacksonville, Houston, Bears, Vikings. The tier above that, which I believe that is tier 5, that holds the 49ers and Panthers. That's the how in the hell are you even contending right now category. Tier above that is playoff teams, which is Denver, Colts, Seahawks, Lions, Packers, Chargers, Bucks. Tier above that, which is the Chiefs and Eagles, is nobody wants to watch in the Super Bowl again, but is probably going to have to watch in the Super Bowl again. And then our last two tiers, the one above with just the Patriots is, please don't let this be another dynasty. And then our Super Bowl contenders, which is the top tier, is the Rams and Bills.
Okay. Obviously, the funniest one for me is going to be Sell the Team because, like, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, my funniest one is gonna be tier 5. How the hell are you contending right now?
That was a good one too.
That's a fair one. That's a fair. How are you contending right now?
Agree wise, I would say definitely the Super Bowl one because I don't want to see that again. Tier 2, I'm gonna have to disagree with the name. I would be totally fine if a dynasty is built off of this Patriots team. I would be fine with it.
I can see that, and really, I just put that in there for the laughter because I don't mind Drake May, and I really don't mind their team, to be honest with you. They're not like
I don't either.
So it's not really. It wouldn't be a problem for me. I just thought it'd be funny to put them not in another dynasty, please, because there's people out there that are probably like, "Oh, great, here we go again. The Patriots are 9-2." I feel like I'm flashing back to 2015.
Yeah, my thought behind that is that was I annoyed when Tom Brady would come back and do all the yes, but like in reality, I respected Brady. I didn't mind him. It was whatever. I just didn't like Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's fair.
I actually like Mike Vrabel, and I like Drake May. So that's pretty much the difference between that Patriots dynasty and, well, this Patriots team. I don't want to say it's a dynasty until they win a Super Bowl, but
I think if I can say my favorite category, I think it's and we're the Cleveland Browns. And then obviously the Sell the Team one. That's just given.
Oh, okay. I didn't do agree disagree yet. I like tier 6. I agree with that. I think all those teams are probably pretty middle of the pack. Disagree. I would take out tier 5 and I would put the Panthers and the Niners down in tier 7 with the Bengals and the Cardinals.
Fun to watch with their quarterbacks.
That's fair.
NFL just suspended Jamar Chase for 1 game because he spat on Ramsey.
We'll get to that one. I'm about to be the biggest heel ever, and I know everybody's excited to hear Alex's tier list. Right? Everybody watching, right? Guess what? It's time to pay the bills first. You got to skip that.
Fine. Let me get out of my thing so I can go over to the thing.
Can I delete this tier list off my phone now, or should I keep it for reference for next week?
Screenshot it and send it to me and then delete it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot we got to send that.
Alrighty. This episode of Tailgate Talks is sponsored by Defrisher Recycling and Junk Removal. The Frisha is a family-run business out of Greenville, PA that provides services such as vehicle purchasing, scrap metal purchasing, appliance removal, junk removal, garbage services, dumpster rentals, curbside pickups, house garage and building cleanouts, and demolition around the Greenville and Pittsburgh areas. If you or anyone you know are in need of any of these services, check out the links in the description down below. Go to the Frisha's website or their Facebook page. Get in contact with them. See if they provide their services in your area. Thank you to Frisha for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks. Someone has a wicked echo, by the way.
I know, it's probably me, I'm thinking.
Or is it me?
I didn't hear
I
an
don't
echo
think
with you.
Oh. Anyway, now.
Speaking of the Frisha, Braden did have his child. He's now a father.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Frisch.
Healthy child, too, nonetheless.
Sweet, sweet. Now it's time for what everybody's been waiting for.
Let's go.
This should be fun.
Alex,
for 2 seconds, Alex.
I'm waiting for Bryce.
I'll be
right.
I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Speaking of celebratory things, Trevor Harris has officially won his first Grey Cup as a starter
Let's go.
in the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Hey, man, we have the eventual champion on right before they win it. So we're gonna try to get Trevor back on, and I did make a bet with him, and we're not gonna say what the bet is. But I lost. And you'll see it when we have him back on.
Let's see it.
Alrighty, let's do this.
That's what she said.
All right, boys, we ready?
Goddamn.
Born ready.
All right, NFL tiers.
Excited.
Brought to you by the man himself. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Alrighty.
We're gonna have a fun time editing.
Is this a
Let's get right into
PowerPoint?
it.
Yeah, it's PowerPoint.
Get right into it. All right, bottom tier. Was this tier 7? Yeah. Oh, wait, let me. Yeah, just relocate your franchise at this point. Browns, Dolphins, Saints, Jets, Raiders. I mean, you're all just terrible. I guess the Browns have Shador, which is cool. But yeah, honestly, at this point, you should all be in the sweepstakes to move your team to either London or Mexico City or one of those, whatever. Nobody cares. Tier 6. They play a game every week. If you are not a fan of one of these football teams, there's probably an 85% chance that you forgot this football team is playing until you check the scores at the end of the week. Panthers, Cardinals, Titans, Jags, Texans, and not the Redskins. These teams are all just incredibly forgettable, particularly with the Redskins being that they're missing their quarterback. I'm just going to call them the Redskins for the rest of this. These teams are all just incredibly forgettable. Next tier, biggest tier, 9 teams in this one. Almost exciting. These teams all, at certain times, do things that you go, wow, that's really cool. That's a pretty solid football team. And then you remember who they are. Cam Scadaboo's out there huffing markers and running people over for no reason. Bijan Robinson going for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns in one half. Dak Prescott literally carrying an entire franchise by himself. Joe Flacco looking like literal prime Patrick Mahomes. The Steelers defense forcing 5 turnovers in a game. Caleb Williams every once in a while looking like prime USC Caleb again. Ravens actually really don't even belong in this. I don't think they've done an exciting thing all year. Vikings, Justin Jefferson usually does something cool. In San Francisco, you sit there and go, holy cow, Kyle Shanahan can really win with an unassuming white quarterback. So all these teams do something every once in a while that makes you think they're kind of good. But they're not really that good. Next tier is going to make people angry.
Oh,
And I'm very
God.
excited for it. Next tier, a quarterback away. The Colts, the Broncos, and the Seahawks. These teams are all very, very good, do something very well. Jonathan Taylor, fantastic running back, great O-line. Broncos, unbelievable defense, leading the league in sacks by like 16. It's unbelievable. Seahawks, JSN, unbelievable. Offense is pretty well. Defense is also pretty good under McDonald. All of these teams will fall short in the playoffs due to their quarterbacks, though. Next tier. I refuse to doubt you. I couldn't put them any higher, but I also couldn't put them any lower.
Of
Come
course.
January, this team's going to be dangerous. I could not in good conscience put them any higher on this tier list, but I also refuse to put them below any of the teams below them. So we're going to leave them there by themselves. Next. Pretty damn good. Every single one of these teams does some things pretty well. Green Bay, when Jordan Love's healthy, look pretty solid. Herbert, when he's playing on his game, defense looks good. Run game's a little bit questionable, but overall, Baker obviously was an MVP candidate for a good portion of the year. Matt Stafford looks unbelievable. Honestly, he's playing out of his mind. It's like 20-something touchdowns and no interceptions since week 4. He's unreal. Lions are exciting under Dan Campbell always. And Josh Allen has become the first quarterback in NFL history to rush and pass for 3 touchdowns each in a football game. He has done it twice now in his career. So, yeah, those teams are all pretty damn good. Final tier, 2 teams, Super Bowl caliber. Eagles and the Patriots. I believe that these 2 teams right now have probably the best pedigrees. Like I said, I might consider doing this every week, regardless of if anyone else does it. But I think I might do this every week because I'm going to tell you one thing right now. The Falcons are certainly going to fall. The Giants are certainly going to fall. Some of those top teams might shift around a little bit. But, yeah, that's the tiers.
So I have an unpopular. Wait. Go back.
Yeah.
So the funniest one, relocate your franchise. That's pretty solid. The thing I agree with, and people are going to hate, but I have an explanation, is the I refuse to doubt you Kansas City Chiefs, because in Alex's explanation, he's technically right. You can't put it in quarterback away because Patrick Mahomes. Almost exciting. No, not really. And then everybody knows when the Chiefs play, and they shouldn't relocate. So and they're not pretty damn good either. So to be honest with you, I do agree with that one. Looking at what I disagree with is it's not really a disagreement, but I have questions, and that's the almost exciting putting the Falcons in there now that
I did not take into account the fact that Michael Penix is going to be out for the rest of the year whenever I did this.
Okay.
So that's why I said if I do this again next week, they're definitely going to be coming down because that is a huge blow to their offense. I still think Bijan and Drake London are going to do fine, but yeah.
Yeah. And I had to pick one more that I would question, and it would probably be because the Jags aren't awful.
No.
But I wouldn't, but at the same time, they're also not almost exciting. So it's I'm 50-50 on that one, but that's my take on it.
I think the Falcons are going to drop the most in his thing just because now you lose Penix and Drake London, which is your 2 top offensive contributors. So they're going to probably move into that just relocate your franchise team.
Yeah.
If we're being honest. I agree with the I refuse to doubt you partially. There's a little caveat there because this Chiefs team has all their weapons offensively that they need. I mean, they brought Kareem Hunt back from Pacheco going down, who's arguably been better than Pacheco.
Yeah.
It's just defense now this year. Watching the game yesterday, Nix throws a back shoulder fade to Troy Franklin, and Watson just gets cooked on it. Perfect coverage, just overcommits and is cooked on it. So other than that, I mean, contenders are Super Bowl caliber teams. Yes, unfortunately, the Eagles are in that list, unfortunately. But other than that, I mean, the funniest one has got to be they play a game every week because I can't tell you how many times I've sat down and said, are you sure the Cardinals haven't had 2 byes this year? I swear Trey McBride's been out 2 weeks. Or, are you kidding me? How is this guy on bye again? And then I remember, oh, he's on the Commanders. Or, oh, he's on the Texans. But, yeah, good list nonetheless. This is actually very fun to do because it sees different. In the end, really, we're all pretty close at the top. We all kind of have, for example, the Bears, the Vikings, the Steelers, even the 49ers in that almost playoff exciting, but not really. And then, of course, we all have the absolute trash cans in the very bottom. So all of our lists are different, not by much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And by the way, if I do decide to do this every week, I will not be using the same tier names from week to week.
Oh, I'm not either.
Everything will be changing.
Yeah, I'm changing it up. Also, getting the Edinburgh stuff ready to go. First article that comes up, Edinburgh Hall of Famer Trevor Harris wins Grey Cup and earns MVP honors. Also, he won MVP.
That's legendary.
Yeah, you know what? For Trevor Harris. So I think Alex would do a better job at talking about.
You guys are talking about Edinburgh, right?
Yeah.
I'll be right
about
back.
this
I'm gonna go grab a snack.
more than me. So, Alex, you said in the chat this morning, and I read it, about Edinburgh. You want to go ahead and get this off our chest? Because we're not happy.
Just thought it was a little crazy that Cal U, who we beat and had a better conference record than, made the playoffs over us. Now, I get it. They had ranked wins against Frostburg State and against Charleston. Both playoff teams, by the way. But how do you not put the second team in the West into the playoffs and then instead take them? I don't know how the playoff seeding works. Quite frankly, I will be upfront about that. I don't know how the playoff seeding works or how the selection works for the Division II football playoffs or anything.
Right.
But I don't know, man. That seems a little bit crazy to me that we don't get a playoff spot.
And you want to know why it's upsetting for me? Because Jarrett France doesn't play football anymore.
No more Jarrett France football.
No. You know what? One for him. I'm going to do one for him. I'm going to do his thing. You ready for it? You ready? You ready?
Oh, yeah.
But something that is exciting about Edinburgh was we gave Millersville belt to ass.
So bad.
63-10. The scoring for each quarters for Edinburgh was 19, 23, 14, and 7. And one of those touchdowns was by Nico Mervos.
Well, like a 44-yarder or something?
Yeah. So, and all three quarterbacks played, by the way.
Oh, my God.
I'm not even going to look at Millersville stats, because why would I?
Literally.
So, the stats for Nico Marchitelli is 13 for 21, 285 yards, 4 touchdowns. I do believe we get Nico Marchitelli back next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we do.
And Gavin Ennis I think he's coming back another year. I think.
Does he still have a year of
I don't
eligibility?
I don't want to speak on something that I don't fully know.
I don't think he has any eligibility left.
I can say this: they do get Evan Lowe back. So Bo was 3 for 3, 58 yards and a touchdown. Meach got a pass, but it was incomplete. Karan Robinson, 22 for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caden Smith got a touchdown as well.
Schmitty.
In terms of receiving, Day Allen got the ball 7 times, 142 yards and a touchdown. Clayton Beason, 3 for 74, 2 touchdowns. And, of course, Nico Marvos with a touchdown. And then Jared France, of course, he had to get one more touchdown on the way out. Defensively, Carlos Morales, 3 solo tackles, 7 total. Amari Jones, 6. Alex, this is going to be the hardest cold one we've ever had to do.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Okay, I can't give 1 or 2 to him, but this is my last chance to give him one, and I'm going to do it anyway because it's my show. I don't care. I'm giving the third cold one to Nico Mervos.
Let's go.
And I don't care. Fight me. I feel like it would suck if I didn't give it to a defensive guy, so I'm going to give it to the second one to Carlos Morales. And the first one, I'm giving it to the entire Edinburgh offense. So guess what? Nico Mervos gets 2. Technically he gets 2 because he's on the offense. How can you not give it? You know what? No. Time out. Everybody gets a cold one. Because I'm giving the number one.
We're like Oprah this week. You get a cold one. Yes, you get a cold one. You get a cold one.
You get a cold one. Yes, my first cold one is going to the entire Edinburgh team because, once again, belt to ass. So, Alex, putting you on the spot. Cold ones. Are you gonna be different from me? Because like that's tough.
You know what? Just because of the way this, just because of the turnaround from last year to this year, how many of those guys are the same? I ain't even giving 3 specific cold ones. I'm giving one of the whole damn team. That's it.
Even Cam Zangel's helmet.
Damn straight. Even Cam Zangel's helmet.
Because that thing fell off all the time. But yeah, Edinburgh's season does end at 7-4. Great year.
Sucks that there's no bowl games or anything in Division II. That sucks. Seeing something like that would be sick. But
hey, all I'm gonna say is you watch out for this team next year.
That's a fact.
They do lose. They do lose Speegs, JT, and that hurts on defense. But they're bringing back Tyree Alley. They're bringing back JT Wallach. Are they bringing back
Carlos?
Bring back Carlos.
Carlos is only going to be a junior, I'm pretty sure.
Here's the thing with recruits. Who knows who wants to come and play for Coach Scott? Coach Scott could probably pull out some recruits there. So, yeah, so absolutely. So while I get rapid fire ready, whatever you guys want to talk about, go ahead. We should probably talk about the Steelers, though it was a good win, but I don't know how much there is left to talk about the Steelers. We already talked about Shador.
Let's talk NFL briefly for a little bit, and then we'll talk just a smidge on college because there wasn't much that happened.
All right, I gotta get the rapid fire thing ready to go.
Bryce, let's just hammer out college, then we could do NFL and rapid fire back to back.
Sounds good. College this week was absolutely chalk, pretty much.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The only big upset, I guess, was Dabo Swinney beat Louisville. He finally won a game that he was supposed to win, I guess you'll say.
As soon as he wasn't expected to win it anymore.
Yeah, literally. I'll just go right down the top 25 list just because nobody really cares about the teams outside right now. There's not much going on with them. And chances are if you're outside of the top 25, you're not making the playoffs. So on my thing, Saturday, we had two teams. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to run through it. Ohio State and Indiana won like they should. Wisconsin sucks. UCLA sucks. Good for them. Ohio State, little question mark, though. Tate was out, and Jeremiah Smith looked like he was hurting a little bit. I didn't look too much into it because I'm sure they have some 6'5" Greek freak on the bench that could come in and take over Jeremiah Smith's spot and win the Heisman this year. So probably not that much to worry about. Alex, you probably know more than me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a ton of the depth outside of like Brandon Inniss and guys like that, but I mean, they're fine. I mean, Carnell didn't play a ton against Purdue either. I think they're just trying to keep those guys healthy and only use them when they need to. They know they're just playing pushovers. They're just getting prepared for the game and then the conference championship and then playoffs. So I think they're probably just trying to limit those guys' pitch count, not to put them in danger too much and just kind of roll.
See, that leads in perfect because the next team on here is Michigan for me because I have them as one of my favorite teams on the app. So you said that their wide receivers are kind of on a pitch count, taking it easy. We're doing the same thing with our wide receivers and the fact that we just don't throw to them. They could play another 12 games this year and they'd all be fine. But our running backs, we were on running backs 3 and 4 this week. And actually, surprisingly enough, they looked like they could be our starters. One note about Michigan is Justice Haynes is verified. I hope I say his name right. I always mess it up and say Hayes or Haynes or whatever. But he is done for the year from his foot surgery. Sharon Moore came on today and presser and was like, he might not be done for the year. What he means by that is if we make the playoffs, they'll rush him back. If we don't make the playoffs, he's done for the year. And there's probably like a 20-80% chance there if I'm being honest. But the game is always 50-50 no matter what the odds show.
Agreed.
Then we'll just roll through this. Texas A&M should have lost this game to South Carolina, but I think that's a testament to them.
Biggest comeback in program history.
Every year we always say, Texas A&M is going to be good, and then they're not. And then we're like, how are they not good? Well, we got used to that, and now they're actually good, and everybody's freaking out. Our biggest upset this week, and I wouldn't even know for me if I'd call it an upset because I actually picked this game. Oklahoma upsets Alabama. I've been high on Oklahoma all year. After how they played against Michigan, watching John Mateer, I've been high on them. What?
I don't want to forget this, but when you get the chance, I meant like the actual picture tier list, not like the whatchamacallit. Oh wait, you have the names. Never mind, I'm stupid. Continue.
Yeah, I have the names on there. Okay.
Yeah, never mind. No,
Good.
it's good. Alex, send me the tier list thing, and well, I can't post it until Wednesday anyway because I don't want it to be spoiled.
Gotcha. So, other than that, I don't have much else on the Oklahoma-Alabama game. I will say Oklahoma's defense played above average in this game, and I think that was the difference maker. And I think that's how it goes for Oklahoma. John Mateer looked good too. Good, better. We'll put that. We'll say better. But Nick Saban talked on game day about how Alabama can't run the ball. They tried to run the ball.
I'm gonna do what Bryce does so I can get my pre-workout ready to go.
There you go. They tried to run the ball, and it was not very efficient.
You know what?
And then
I'm making a roll.
Ty Simpson's play.
I'm making a roll because we had to share our screen like 3 times. Like it's gonna the screen's gonna be messed up anyway. If you have to turn your camera off, just turn it off. The screen's already messed up anyway.
Okay. After that, Alex, do you have anything on Oklahoma, Alabama? Did you watch it?
No, I didn't watch it, but I mean, Oklahoma's pretty legit, dude. Brent Venables, that team's legit.
I think they're a team that could get very interesting. And actually, I think they're going to be a playoff team simply for the fact that their losses this year are to Texas, which was the Red River rivalry. Once again, rivalry game. It's always going to be 50-50 no matter how much somebody wants to believe it. And then a loss to Ole Miss, who's ranked higher than they are.
Yep.
So fair losses, and they close out with Missouri and LSU. Win those 2 games, and in my opinion, you're in.
Yeah.
Then we had Georgia beat the brakes off of a Texas team that probably shouldn't have been in the top 10, but still was in the top 10.
Yep.
You expect that out of Georgia this late in the season. Every year, I swear, it's just they get better and better and better and better and better. Arch Manning returned to week 1 through 5 form.
Yep.
Other than that, I mean, Stockton looked good, 24-29, 229, 4 touchdowns, an interception. Very efficient. I thought I was reading Julian Sayan's stat line, but then I forgot he doesn't throw interceptions.
Yeah, it's true.
And then these last couple games I'll roll through because they're not very interesting. Texas Tech, wagon. Ole Miss, frisky.
Straight over.
On the verge of being of a wagon. Notre Dame beats the absolute brakes off of Pitt.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay. No. I'm taking this one. Okay. Narduzzi's comments last week was stupid. But for the ACC, yes, that game did not matter. But oh my God, was this team not ready to play on Saturday?
Yeah, that's demoralizing.
Mason looked like a freshman. He's gonna be fine. He shouldn't be benched. He'll be fine. How it took Kenny Pickett 4 years to figure it out. Mason has more than enough time to figure it out. He's gonna be fine. Here's the thing. It's this case of that game. It's not that Pitt is awful. It's just Notre Dame is good. They outmatch us in in everything. And the defense tried their hardest to keep him in, but there's only so much you can do on defense to keep Jeremiah Love, because Jeremiah Love is just insane. I still don't think CJ Carr is good, but Notre Dame is just good.
Whoa. That's where I draw the line on that.
You think CJ Carr is a good quarterback?
I think CJ Carr as a freshman quarterback leading a team to 8-2 is pretty good.
Fair.
Bryce Underwood's doing the same
I
thing.
forget how young he is.
But here's the thing. I think if you crowd the box, he makes mistakes. So
does every freshman quarterback, though. I mean, Heinz looked like crap doing that. Underwood looked like crap against Northwestern.
True, but I do think that now here's the thing. I think CJ Carr can be, any freshman quarterback, if he can figure it out and turn it around, and any other coaching can figure it out and be great. So, I'm not saying, this kid is going to, just abandon shit. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. But But I do think that literally, I think that's how you stop CJ Carr, because obviously their main focus for Notre Dame is going to give the ball to Jeremiah Love, and why wouldn't you? He's insane. But yeah, that was my main takeaway. I think Pitt will be fine. They still can win the ACC. I don't want to hear the P. I don't want to hear the. I don't want to hear CFP, because it's not happening. I don't know why I titled it last week, because I needed a title and I couldn't think of anything else. That's why I put it there. But yeah, and unfortunately, it's going to be another Pitt team that doesn't make the tournament.
Add it to the list. All right.
By the way, new pre-workout. I believe it is C-Bum or whatever.
C-Bum pre-workout is so fire.
Cherry Limeade.
C-Bum makes. Shout out Chris Bumstead.
I gotta
Mr.
find
Olympia.
I'm not using because I'm not doing. I don't have a funnel, so I have to do the old-fashioned, just a cup like this and do it here. I'm not using the big, that thick, whatever scooper. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word.
I do think it's interesting. One thing going back to football, Notre Dame is going to benefit from playing nobody all year.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much nobody. And they're going to have a freshman quarterback. They're going to have a freshman quarterback. First round playoff home game against what could be probably maybe Oklahoma, because I don't think they're in a position to win the SEC. And I think they lose that game by probably 20, because Oklahoma's run defense is in the top 10. And like Mike said, I mean, CJ Carr's a freshman. A playoff game, freshman, I don't care if it's at home. I don't care if there's no fans there. I think Notre Dame probably gets bounced early. But quickly, we'll roll through. BYU is back. Unfortunately, I still think they're absolutely hot garbage, but whatever. They'll lose to Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship, and everybody will be like, well, it's just because Texas Tech's good. No, it's because you're bad and didn't play anybody. Miami, still going. Georgia Tech, should have lost. USC escaped Iowa. Iowa somehow now, I guess, has some remnants of offense. Shocking to me, too.
Genuinely shocking.
Virginia beats Duke. That team that resides in, I think, the state's Tennessee somehow gets to play New Mexico State week 10. And you win 42-9. Kind of funny if you ask me.
This is what it looks like. Cherry Limeade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still think Tennessee's dog. You can finish that.
Yeah, please don't say it. See, I've already burned out with editing because of Sam Suntimer.
And then I guess our last two upsets, which when you're 24, 25, 23, 22 even, there's not really much of an upset there. I'd say anything below the bottom 20 really isn't an upset unless it's like a crazy discrepancy. Navy beats South Florida. Arizona beats Cincinnati. That was pretty much it. Pretty vanilla slate this week. I'm glad game day went to Pitt because it looked like
awesome.
Some of my buddies went, and it seemed to be absolutely electric down there.
Hey, some of my buddies went too.
And it was pretty cool to see Pittsburgh put on display.
Yeah.
Not once this year. Then you have the draft coming, so it's good for Pittsburgh to get that sort of stuff.
That Max stinks. Those kicks were awful.
I thought it was hilarious when they started to sell the team chant. That's great. Supposedly Bob Nutting's going to spend $40 million this year after he offloads Keller's $16 million and now still just spends $30 million to get back to his $70 million he spends a year. It's a joke.
Get ready for 1 year, $6 million contract to a 30-year-old aging outfielder. But the funniest thing from the second kick was McAfee was like, to rebound all in front of all these people with those cleats. He has a chance. Oh, this guy sucks.
He does that every week. It's hilarious.
Awesome. But yeah, okay. Rapid fire time.
Anything outside of that? Next week episode is the game. I don't know if we'll do it next week or the following week, but probably revisit our college football preseason picks.
The game's probably going to take up most of the show next week. I want to try.
Alex, do you have anything with that?
I want to try to find an Ohio State fan.
Bryce, I forget who said it, but I want to get your opinion on it because it's kind of how I felt the entire year up until this point about the state of Ohio State football. someone described Ohio State as like a slow developing avalanche this year in their football games. And I think that's one of the best ways you could possibly describe the way this team plays right now. Like the game starts and you think, okay, there's nothing that crazy about them. And then all of a sudden it's 10-0. And then it's 17-0. And then it's 24-0. And then it's like 24-3. And all of a sudden it's 31-3. Like it just like it like they like start rolling and it just like snowballs and just clobbers you out of nowhere.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Alex, you said it last year a few times, and they went on to win the national championship, of course. But you said Will Howard is like the most boring quarterback.
Yeah, he was. He literally just put up the most like average quarterback numbers of all time. He'd go like 22 for 30, 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Like,
so do you think Ohio State is just like the most boring team?
I think they're more exciting than last year in some ways. I think the way that Carnell is playing has really shocked a lot of people, including me. I thought he would be like a good day 2 pick going into this season, and now I can see him going in the top 15 or 20 in the draft this year. Hey, listen, all I'm saying. I think Julian Sayin is a more exciting quarterback than Will Howard when it comes to throwing potential. Will Howard was more athletic in terms of running ability. But I don't know. I think Bo Jackson is a really exciting running back to have too. I think this team is exciting, but I definitely think their main goal, and I love it because for years everyone's been like, Ohio State's all finesse. They're, they're a track race team, they're this, they're that. They can't, play tough games against the big tough SEC schools. But this year it just feels like Ohio State just walks into your house and just holds a pillow over your face until you give up. Like that seriously, that is what it feels like in some of these games. They just smother you until you concede.
To answer your question, I'll agree slightly, and I'll say slightly because you're exactly right. The only difference is kind of like you said, they're kind of, I don't want to say the Michigan approach towards things, but that's kind of how I'll relate to it.
Yeah.
They've kind of phased away from that. We're going to put 60 up on you, and then we're going to put our backups in.
Yeah.
It's been more of a, play a full game. Because, you remember from years past, Ohio State, Ohio in years past would have been 56-0 by like the end of the third quarter, and then nobody played the rest of the game. A game against Wisconsin, who's struggling, wouldn't have been 34-0. It would have been 48-0 at the end of the second quarter, and then freshmen and sophomores would have played the rest of the game. So I'll agree with you. I still question if that is their MO, just because of their talent they have. I think they'll be fine. Obviously, like we've said it a bunch this game, the game's going to be the game. It's going to be a boring game this year because, kind of like you said, Ohio State's going to try to ground and pound to suck the life out of us. We're going to do the same thing. So it's going to be a very probably boring game, but I think the difference is what Ohio State's going to do is they're going to run it. We're going to pull up, and then they're going to hit Jeremiah Smith one-on-one. Michigan can do that, but only to one guy, maybe two.
Yeah.
Depending.
And so, the funny thing about Ohio State is they'll still get to those blowout numbers, but it's in a totally different way. Because, before it was Justin Fields completing 35 passes for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like Julian Sayin throws a bomb to Carnell Tate or Jeremiah Smith. Bo Jackson breaks off a big run. Caden Curry gets a strip sack. Kenyatta Jackson deflects a pass that gets picked off. Like, there's so many different ways they get the points this year.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was getting to as well. I'm excited. I think, and I want to say this very softly because Ohio State's the best team in the country. But I think that college football as a whole is kind of down this year. If not insulting Ohio State because they're clearly the best team in the country, but I feel like college football as a whole is kind of down this year.
Well, if you think about the amount of things that have happened this year, with the amount of expectations going into so many teams, and then those teams lose the amount they've had, like, yeah, absolutely. I think it's been down in a way too.
I mean, yeah, like I said, years past, there's always like a consensus 1 or 2 or 3 every year. You know who the 1, 2, and 3 guys are going to be in the draft. I don't really hear anything for who's going to go 1, 2, or 3. I mean, Arvel Reese has started to kind of pick up some speed, and Mendoza started to get some attention. But outside of that, I wouldn't say there's really.
Even like Ruben Bain is starting to slide, and I thought by far at the beginning of the season that he would be the number 1 overall draft pick. He's a monster.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, Clemson has 2 defensive linemen that everyone was talking about at the beginning of the season, but their team is just bad, so no one talks about them now. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'll be excited to see kind of what happens, how it all unfolds.
It's of course, it's the year when Pittsburgh gets the draft.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, but the Steelers have like 14 picks or something stupid.
Anyway, taste test. It's pre-workout. It tastes like cough medicine.
I will say, in terms of effect, CBum is one of my favorite pre-workouts I've ever taken. It's very smooth, very effective.
Yeah, it's fair. But before I lose all of my light, we got to get to rapid fire because
let's get it.
And I really don't feel like turning my lamp on. Anyway, right now the records are Haley 6-5, Alex 6-5, Emma 4-7, Dom 4-7, Mike 6-5, AJ 7-4, Bryce 7-4, and EJ 4-7. Alex has Haley, Dom has Emma, I have AJ, and Bryce has EJ. That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun because I already have my upset.
Oh God. Hold on. I feel like that's like the advantage that like whoever we're facing, if it's not like it doesn't matter if like I'm facing either one of you, but like the people that aren't on the show don't do the upset alert, so they kind of have like that advantage. If that
You'll know who my upset is. Don't you worry. You'll know.
AJ McCarthy.
Who plays the
Who do they play?
Green Bay Packers?
Oh. Oh, that's phenomenal. I would have done that. Oh God damn. Who do I want to pick? I know who. Give me. Wait, where's Bryce at? Because I want to write his down.
Shoot.
Okay, I got mine. So, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
And I took it.
Oh, I do not like a lot of I don't like these spreads this week.
They're weird.
Oh,
well, he gets
you know what? It was a close game the first time. Give me the home underdogs, the Dallas Cowboys, plus 4.5.
Gosh.
That is not going to be correct.
Gosh. All right, to start it off, give me Buffalo over Houston.
Is that who they play this week? Oh, yeah, Thursday night. Yeah, me too. Give me Buffalo.
Sick.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. All right, next. Boys, the Steelers or the Bears?
This is a must-win game for the Steelers if they even want to make the playoffs.
Probably.
Yeah.
Under center.
Must win so we can finish 9-8. Yeah, give me the Steelers.
Yep.
The Lurs, baby, the Lurs.
Give me the Lurs on a Mason Rudolph masterclass.
The Patriots and the Bengals. The Patriots are just going to keep rolling.
Yeah, give me the Pats.
Yes, they will.
The Giants at the Lions. Give me the Lions.
Chalk.
Well, see, this is funny because the spread in this game is only 10.5. I'm taking the Lions, but I have a feeling that this is going to be the game that's an actual upset. But I don't see a way the Lions drop to 6-5, so I'm going to go with the Lions. But I think it'd be funny.
Alex, JJ McCarthy or Jordan Love?
You kidding? Give me J Love.
Yeah, give me J Love.
EJ's going to take J Love, and I'm going to take my king.
Gosh. Give me Seattle over Tennessee. Tennessee is so bad.
Yeah.
And Seattle's so good.
Quarterback away.
I thought
Just
Seattle
saying.
was going to be bad this year, and so did Shady actually.
Really?
He actually did a rant on the show. And speaking
Everybody
of Shady,
forgets, dude. Mike McDonald came from Harbaugh's system. He's a smart coach, defensive-minded coach. Smart.
Speaking of Shady, the Colts at the Chiefs. Give me the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will bounce back this week because I can't.
Yeah,
see
give me the
them
Chiefs in a bounce
I
back.
can't see them going 5-6 after this week.
No, Chiefs are gonna win.
The Ravens are just going to crush the Jets.
Yeah.
Here we go with the Ravens win out and make it to 10-5 or no, sorry, 11-5 or 12-5, whatever the hell it is.
Oh God, the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Why do I feel like this game has already happened this year? Like,
Give me the Cleveland Browns.
Give me the Raiders and possibly Kenny Pickett.
Give me the Kenny Pickett revenge game. Because here's the thing. Not gonna say or report this, but a little birdie told me if tonight doesn't go so well, next week. Okay, Jaguars at the Cardinals.
Give me the Jags.
I'm gonna do it. Give me Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals to beat the Jaguars.
Oh, God.
We've all picked almost. Oh no, wait. We literally just did the Cleveland and Las Vegas.
I'm gonna take the Jags.
Bryce, the Eagles or the Cowboys? Give me the Eagles.
Eagles,
Week by actually.
unfortunately.
Give me the Cowboys upset. You already know.
Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons versus Tyler Shaw and the New Orleans Saints.
Oh,
Ew.
God.
Give me. I
I'm
don't
taking
know.
the Saints.
Yeah, give me Tyler Shuck. Let's go. I'm in.
Give me the Falcons. I don't want to do it. I really don't. But I'm going to do it. Interesting Sunday night game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Los Angeles Rams.
I hate it, but give me the Rams. Actually, I don't hate it because I love Matt Stafford, but I hate picking against Baker this many times. But yeah, give me the Rams.
I'm going to pick Baker.
Do it.
Baker.
You know, me too. Screw it. Give me the Bake Show. Give me the Bake Show.
I'm taking the Rams because that defense is top 5. And the funny part is they get another top 10 pick next year because of the Falcons.
Yeah, they do.
And then the Monday night game.
The Monday night game's kind of funny, okay? Because when they scheduled this, they were probably thinking like, oh, this should be interesting, maybe a little bit, or this game's going to suck is what I mean. And now they're kind of like, the Panthers are good, and the 49ers lost half their team. This could actually be a good game.
Don't care. Give me the 49ers.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Screw you, Dev Swayze. Yeah. All right. One final time. Alex, pay the bills as I try to down my cough syrup.
Once again, thank you to Defrisha and Recycling and Junk Removal for sponsoring this episode of Tailgate Talks. If you or anyone you know are in need of their services, check out the links down below in the description. Check out Defrisha's website or their Facebook page. Get in contact with them. See if they provide their services in your area. Frisch, thanks for another one. Congratulations on being a father.
Yeah.
We got
Bryce.
one thing. Shout out Greenville, District 10 champions for the
that's
first time
right.
since 1999.
First District 10 championship since
You know what's crazy? You know what would have been so sick
No.
if Moon would have stayed alive and then won the Whippeal championship, because it would have been Greenville's first time winning the Whippeal or winning D10 since '99, and it would have been Moon's first time winning the Whippeal since '98.
That's crazy.
Um,
You know what else is crazy?
Cal Thurber.
So Greenville, yeah. Kale's a good. Kale's just a scrapper. That's how he is. So Greenville plays Port Allegheny. The team above them is Laurel and somebody else, but it was supposed to be Fort Cherry with Matt Siege.
Matt Sieg.
If
Yeah.
Fort Cherry would have won and then won next week, Greenville would have had to play Matt Siege. Talk about craziness.
That would have been crazy. But yes.
Also, I always forget Matt Sieg, who played quarterback. Now, I guess his senior season's over. Is committing to whoever he commits to as a safety.
Should be Pitt. Anyway, yes, first district championship since '99. I'm pretty sure it was the first boys team championship since our district championship in '18 with baseball. I'm sure Mike Tumpak can correct me on that. And yeah, so it was a crazy game. Final touchdown was by Gentili, who, of course, it was. So yeah, congratulations to Greenville. Who knows? Maybe we'll have a few boys on and maybe medal on here eventually.
Moon only lost to the top seed in Pine Ridge by 10 points without their starting quarterback for the entire second half, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, I'm sure if we gave cold ones, it'd probably be like Cal, Rudy, I don't know, Keith Colbert. I don't know. I'd have to relook at the stats. But anyway,
I would say, yeah, forget it.
take us home.
United America.